This is my secondary patty of the Choseon Zo Sang, and I'm sure my pronunciation is still appalling to anyone who actually speaks Korean. Sorry about that. And I'm gonna go ahead and harvest this later batch over here. What I've observed from my early harvest and from this little bit of later harvest, I think that this variety definitely can stand to spend more time in the field and not get that early harvest like I did with the other patch from the patio over here. It's that area right over there. Yeah, I'm not seeing any signs of shattering. Haven't seen much bird damage over here, which is interesting. I did have quite a bit in the other patty for a little while, but for whatever reason they never seemed to really hit this area much. You can see there I'm getting a little bit of damage on that one right there. But I think that's actually a mouse, which I just saw run through the patty off that way. So the cat that's been hanging around my farm has not been as thorough as might be ideal, especially considering it was a house mouse, and it's a little unusual to see a house mouse out here in the field like that, this far from an actual house. The closest house is over 100 yards that way. But yeah, this batch looks pretty good. This is my weaker patty, but yeah, the plants look pretty good. You know, they're drying down nicely, and yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. You know, I don't think that the yield over here is quite as high per plant as over on the other side, but I think that the grain has dried down better, and I think the individual grains are a bit larger over here, which is interesting. Like, there's not quite as many tillers on the plants, not quite as many grain heads, but the individual grains of rice seem to be a bit larger, which I said interesting. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get this harvested and away from the mouse that's doing its own harvesting. And yeah, that little bit over there is the pirogue, which is the last variety to harvest. Only a little bit of it is actually mature. Like, it's maybe, I don't know, maybe 50% mature at this stage. And our first frost is coming here pretty soon, so I'll probably have to harvest it sooner than would maybe be ideal. That's a variety that was developed down south. You can kind of guess from the name. It's from Louisiana, if memory serves. Alright, well that's it for today, and I'll check in and fill y'all in on the next stage of everything.